Hello there and welcome to Daniel's If and I playlist, and today we're going to talk about Don Richard's new album, New Breed. Anyways, who's Don Richard? Well, Don Richard is used to be part of this pop group, Danity Kane, and then she started making her own music as Don Richard, and then she changed her moniker to just Don. And what's so incredible about her project as Don Richard is that there's always like a big concept behind every album. Like the first album she made, uh, she used like the concepts of fantasy novels and like Lord of the Rings, and I thought that was increasingly amazing. And she used that using like a background of electronic club music and really like high-tech beats, and that's what I loved about her. And it was also so far removed from her girl pop group beginnings in Danity Kane, and now she's keeping on evolving with this new album, New Breed, that signals a new direction in which she's going. Anyways, listening to this album is mostly like this. Alright, I'm going to show you the CD boxing right now, and I really love this album cover. I think it's amazing. You see, like she's standing there with a huge headpiece, actually made by one of the figureheads of the Washita Indians, Chief Montana, I think he was called. Anyways, she's wearing it because she's also, I think, part Native American, and I think that's so amazing. And it's also like a theme in the whole album. Her roots in New Orleans and Native American Indians, especially from the Washita nations. Anyways, you see here there's a picture of her, and then back then you see like the title and New Breed, and also like the inside of the jacket. It's simple. It doesn't have a booklet with lyrics or anything. That you see like another picture with her, and then some production credits. So that's the CD. Now to the actual review. Well, musically, this album is quite different from all of Don Richard's other projects. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still has that, like electronic edge that makes her project so distinguished from other artists. But now she's taking a more subtle and more R&B approach, classic R&B if you might say so. And I think that this new approach, well, while it is quite surprising, I think it's actually a good fit for her. She definitely exudes confidence in making this album, and also like the music sounds crispier and very amazing as ever. And also what's so new also about this album is that it uses sound clips from different people from New Orleans and the Washita Nation Native Americans, which is quite amazing. It also includes an amazing clip of Grace Jones, which also kind of like sets the tone for the album, which is a meditation on sexuality and women, and like how it is to have an identity. And that's also what actually fueled this album quite creatively. It was because Dawn Richard, she actually records independently. She's not under a huge record label as she used to be under her Danity Kane days, and this is what fueled her to make this album. I mean, like, even all the other albums that she's released, but this one gets even more into that field. So lyrically, what is this album about? Well, as I said, New Orleans and the thematic, how do you say, like the thematic background of that city and her background are the main themes of this album. And also intertwined in all of this is, for example, explorations on identity, as I said, and also how it is to be a black woman in the American music industry, or well, the music industry overall, and how it is so easy to lose confidence in oneself because people in the music industry, well, they're like vultures, as she says in the amazingly named song Vultures/Wolf. And also, well, you see like all of these big themes of cultural identity, sexuality, and also being a woman, but also you can find like some how do you say, personal reflections on this album. For example, on how it is to feel sexy and self-confident, and also about, for example, which I actually found very funny. And also it's about, you know, like being with someone and then that ex keeps on messaging, for example, my partner, and she says that that the ex is not allowed to do this. And I just thought that this was a brilliant moment, and I'm just like, yes, you keep on doing your thing. Anyways, well, this is the end of my review. So what do I give this album? Well, I give it an 8 out of 10. The album can be seen as a bit uneven in some places, but it just works so well in taking up all of these themes, and you see that Dawn Richard is just so self-confident in her art and in her project that you can just feel that you're taking on this huge trip that she's making you do. And I feel that she's one of the most underrated artists out there, because she makes these huge and amazing projects and people are just not talking about them. Or that's how I feel, and I feel that she should get like all the publicity in the world, because she's actually making something creative and she's actually exploring all of these electronic sounds. Well, not so much on New Breed, but you know, she still has that. She still has that, you know, cutting edge, crispy sound that I do love. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this album features also production from Cole MGN, which is a Grammy-nominated producer who I think even won the Grammy. And also Hudson Mohawk, you know, the guy that produced, for example, Anoni and, yeah, and other artists as well. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this, for seeing this review. And we're back this Saturday with a classic album review, and then, well, of course, we're back on next Wednesday with a new album review as well. So, if this is your first time seeing my video, then I suggest that you click a like or subscribe to my channel if you want to keep on seeing these music and album reviews, because they're coming every week. So yeah, if you want to know about new music, then my channel is your best choice. As always, I'm going to put the artist links down below. Dawn Richard is available everywhere, so please give a listen. Anyways, enjoy music, enjoy life, people. Vi ses! Hej då!